Hello, and welcome to another message on all forms of spiritual awakening and the recognition of yourself as the divine expression of light. And in this message, I wanted to record or clarify of what it means to be an awakened being and what it means to function in the form of awakened reality. And how those actions or how your steps into this world might be different from the actions or the steps you have experienced before. And so, the form of awakening, your form of awakening that you're experiencing right now, is designed in such a way that you will start to experience or already experiencing realities in a different comprehension. The same actions and the same outcomes, the same um, forms of being are now coming into your everyday expression, but now they're being interpreted, they're being seen and experienced by you from a completely new standpoint of being. And so your form of awakening has a completely different frequency of awareness within it. And so with that comes a set of confusions because the actions of self are not necessarily different. The experiences around you are not necessarily different. But all of a sudden, you're feeling the net difference within you, or you're feeling the difference of things around you. Things are different, even though you yourself feel like you're still the same, and you feel like the world around you is still the same, but yet there's the sense of confusion or unease that might be vibrating at the core because all of a sudden, how you experience those things and how you perceive them are all of a sudden new, which is the path of awakening. This is the path of you coming into your form. This is the path of you acknowledging the energies that you're feeling within, and then incorporating those energies, intertwining them into the makeup of your being. And so, one, everything is normal. This is the way of life. This is the way forth. Two is recognize that any discomfort or any panic or any uneasiness or confusion that you might be feeling um, is simply because you're looking from the sequences of events and sequences of experiences from an unfamiliar point of view. So if something comes in that is all of a sudden unfamiliar and new, we naturally tend to step back and feel slight shock or unease about it. And that is what that feeling is even though you don't think things are new, because they are indeed new, unbeknownst to you, your body is experiencing this confusion. So again, totally normal, part of the process. And then so the next transitional phase is what is the steps forward? What is the way forward? Or is there any actions necessary in order for you to continue to feel comfortable or continue to bloom or continue to do anything or be anything? And the answer is no, no actions necessary. Messages that to realize that the confusion is normal, and you realize the confusion is only there because your physical form is perceiving something as new. But on the flip side of that, if you turn the concept around, what is coming into possibility is excitement over the newness that you can be experiencing forth. The excitement that every experience coming forth out of your future self and the future of your being is indeed potentially a new expression of you. It is primed to be renewed. It is primed for new interpretation. It is primed for new expression. It is also primed for new responses out of your newfound being, out of newfound energy of self. And so that is the part that would be exciting and would be amazing to interpret and see, is the all the ways and all the possibilities that you now get to take this life, take this form that you thought you knew and you thought you were familiar with, and now start to experience it and express your life from a totally new standpoint of being. And so it's an amazing opportunity, and I want you to recognize that within this possibility, that you can look at this and you can interpret this as an amazing opportunity. You can step back and start looking at life differently. You can start looking at each experience completely differently, and start interpreting yourself in a pure form of abundance. Abundance, because now your knowing is coming from a place um, of stable ground, of true awareness of what it means to be you, and thus the life flows differently, right? Because of this knowledge, because of this awareness, the life is now flowing and in a way that you have not experienced before. And you know the beautiful interpretation of life, and to have a chance to be able to interpret your life it's still in the same form, still with the same conditions, with the same equations and the same parameters of what it means to be you, but yet have an opportunity to experience it from a completely different standpoint is magical, is an understatement. And so I hope you get to experience and truly see the magic behind you right now, and the magic kind of possibilities that you have in front of you day in and day out. And then allow that magic to come through. And so then the transitional phase of that, or the next step, or the next interpretation of it is, um, allow yourself to start to experience your life in a new way, from the magical standpoint of new discoveries, new interpretations, new experiences, and start living more. If that is something that is even expressible in a form, dive in more, smile more, love more, um, feel more, and then realize that the more is there and it is available. The most magical more is available for your take. The abundance is there, and the more of the more is just ever present and ever abundant within you. And take advantage of that. Take an advantage of the opportunity, and realize that y- you are you're on the road um, that very few have traveled on in the past, and but now get to interpret and participate in the most um, beautiful way of living, a beautiful way of knowing you, and knowing the world that is you. And so that is the transitional phase. I hope it eases some discomfort, some burdens, some questions that have come up. And confusion is a weird place to be, especially when you don't know what you're confused about. But if you transition that forth and flip it and look at it from the true standpoint of what it is just beauty, and it's the beauty of you getting to know yourself. So happy living, and thank you.